Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Shakespeare, the game where we're all competing playwrights trying to basically put on the best play and outdo our competitors. Now, I always say I'm going to do a quick overview of the game, and this time I really am going to do a quick overview. If you want to see the gameplay in action, does a run-through of this, and you can see a more complicated idea of how it works, but if you just want to get a real quick idea of the mechanisms of the game, I'm going to do that right now, and actually keep it short this time, and then get to what I think about it. And remember, when playing board games about plays or any board games, to look the innocent flower, but be the serpents underneath. So first I'm going to show you the player board, and you can see here we have 4 different people available to us. The auteur, another actor, Falstaff, and then basically a crew person and the queen. So we can always use these people. All players have those same people available to them. And in each round we're going to have 5 discs. And we're going to bid with these discs, but this is a really interesting, simple bid, and really, it's not really about who has the highest number, but the lowest number, because these are the actions we can take every round. So we bid a certain number of discs, and based on whoever bid the least, and then if there's a tie based on the initiative order, that determines turn order. And then we use these discs basically to either recruit people or activate people. So we can activate people right away on our board with our first action. So if I were to do that, I'd basically get 2 of these symbols, which mean I can improve the quality of my play. But we'll get to how that works in a second. I could also hire people. There'll be a display out of people based on a number of players, and you can use a token to hire someone. So you could hire any one of these people, and they all do different things. So circles basically mean costumes, and we'll get to how those work. But this person get me a total of 8 value of costume. This person get me a total of 4 value of either costume or set pieces, which is the squares. This person is the only person who can get gold pieces. They're special, we'll get to that, but basically they can get a costume or set piece that is gold when you activate them. They can only get 1 piece, but gold pieces are valuable. And then we have actors. In general, they are going to improve one of the 3 acts of the play, or let us get to choose which act we want to improve. And then some of them have bonuses where maybe this person get us up to 2 value of costume. And another actor here who can get us a blue set piece and improve any one of the 3 acts of the play. They also have slots down here where the actors only have these that we can fill up with costumes. But let's look at the costumes and the set pieces real quick. Sorry, I recorded this wrong in the video, so I'm coming back to redo it. On the top there with the candle, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, is the turn order, and on the left here is the initiative order. Whoever activates an actor first goes on the initiative order, and then so on and so forth. And then initiative order breaks ties. Whoever bids the least goes first, and gets 1 point. So taking less actions also has another bonus if you happen to end up being the first player, unless somebody else snipes you out of it. And then these are the 3 acts of the play. So we're going to move these up and down based on the things we activate with our actors. After the 4th and 6th round, we'll have dress rehearsals, and those will get us money or points based on where we're at on the track. However, we can also get bonuses for having a filled out actor. So if we'd filled out all 3 of this actor's costume pieces, we get to move up 1 on the first act before anything else triggers. Now, before we get into that real quick, I also want to show you 2 other people. There are assistants, and basically whenever you use one of these, you get a +1 to either you're getting costumes or getting set pieces, so you can get a higher value. So why is that important? Well, let's say I have an 8 value in set pieces that I'm going to collect. So I could collect 4, 5, 6, and well, I could maybe get this one for 7, or if I could go to 7, 8, 9 if I had an assistant. If I had multiple assistants, they'll stack. Now, I couldn't get this gold piece, though. That was what I was talking about. Those are pieces that only the characters that can get the gold pieces can get. And then, well, I'm going to throw this card in there. Also, this is my favorite actor, Hamlet. He is so good at acting, he makes all the other companies sad, is that kind of sad face icon up there. So we activate and we collect stuff, and then we can put costumes on and put set pieces in. So we'll go back to the player board. So whenever I get set pieces, I have to put them on my set and build it up. So each set piece has something on it. So for example, this one will give me a money when I play it. Now I'll flip it over to make the set look nice when I put it down. So let's say I put that in the middle, and then I get this blue set piece with these 2 smiley faces. That will move me 2 up on my morale track, or I don't remember exactly what the game is called, but basically it's a morale track. And that's real nice, because at the end of the round, that's actually going to get me a point. A move up, 1 act on a play, a coin, or a point. And now that's going to reset at the end of every round, though. And remember I showed you that other actor who could make people sad. So when that actor activates, I'd move down 1. There are purple set pieces that when you get it makes everyone else sad because they're jealous of your fantastic pieces. And if they are not taken during the round, if there's any left in the display, they'll make everyone sad for not getting them. But I couldn't put this purple piece here because my set needs to be symmetrical. So I have a pink piece in the middle, so I would actually need to put a blue piece right here in order to keep it symmetrical. And then eventually, because I have pieces here, I could build a piece on top right here, or I could build side to side. So you can build vertical or side to side, you just have to have everything below that piece filled in. And these two pieces count as being filled in. But what I could put there instead of a blue piece is a gold piece, because gold pieces are wild, and that's kind of what the symbol on the back of the gold piece signifies, and they're also going to be worth points at the end of the game. Costumes, we already went over, are pretty simple, and they basically go on to an actor. Let's say we have Juliet, and we eventually fill out Juliet's costume. Well, we're going to be able to trigger her during the dress rehearsals at the end of the 4th and 6th round, or just in the 6th round if we've done it after the 4th round. But also, anytime we fill out a costume, we're going to get a bonus based on how many point value that costume is worth. From 6 to 7, 2 coin, 8 to 10, a coin and a point, and then 2 points and 3 points, and so on. So gameplay is going to continue that way. This will reset every round, like I said. We'll do another bid, and so on and so forth. Now, you might say, though, why wouldn't I just bid 5? Because even though going first could be nice to get that person you want, you're going to want 5 actions. Well, let's say I had these two people, and then my people on the board. Let's say these are the people I activated. At the end of the round, my people have to rest. So I can choose one person who isn't going to get to rest, but the rest of them basically are going to have to get some rest and recover, and we'll have to put a token on them signifying that they're out of the round. So let's say I choose this one to not rest, but the rest of them I can't activate next round. So when the round comes around again, I have more limited choices. So you have to get at least one person every round, whether they be an actor, crew person, or whatever, but you can get more. So, but that idea of trying to get a lot of actions, go first, but also balance out the fact that you're going to have to rest people and who you're going to have to rest is pretty interesting. We didn't go over the queen. Basically, you can get money with the queen, or draw these cards, which will give you potential endgame scoring bonuses if you meet what these are. And there's a nice playwright that goes over what the actors do and what all of those cards do. At the end of the game, you're also going to have to pay your actors, however. So they all have a price. King Lear here costs 5 at the end of the game, whereas Juliet only cost 1. You need to consider that as well, because you're going to lose points for every actor you can't pay at the end of the game, and you do have to start with your highest cost actor. So there's Shakespeare. It isn't every little thing, but that's pretty much most of what you really need to know to have an idea of how to play. And I maybe didn't do it super quick, but quicker than normal. So I really, really like this bidding mechanism. This idea of if you want 5 actions, go right ahead. But you're going last and limiting yourself for your next turn, so you probably want to get a lot of people. But every time you're getting a person, you're not activating a person using their cool ability. And, well, nobody has gold pieces yet. Maybe I really want to get that gold person, but then maybe none come out. But maybe I want to, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with what sort of things you want to get, and this mechanism right here, I feel like, is what makes the game, that bidding for turn order with your actions. This is going to be maybe the most subjective thing a reviewer can say. I really like the game. It has solid mechanisms. It didn't hit quite as well as I was hoping, probably because, and this may be, and this is a personal opinion thing, I think the first video I ever did was for Francis Drake, and I talked about how I like escalation in games. There is some escalation in this as you are getting more people, and you are, in the 4th and 6th round, being able to score for the dress rehearsals. But cards don't really get more powerful as you go. So it does feel a little bit like you do the same things every round, and maybe I didn't enjoy this game as much as I was expecting personally. However, that is not in any way to say this is a bad game. This is a game I enjoy quite a bit. I really like the theme. One thing that board games do really well is they can put interesting themes out there. I've started doing video game and board game content, which has seemed to have annoyed some people, but I'm letting you know the board game content is still coming. And but video games don't often get away with that. Funky themes people don't like. And not that this is a really funky theme, but I really enjoy the theme. I really enjoy the bidding and then having to rest people and stuff like that. And overall, it's a solid mechanism game. And I think that very few people are going to hate this game. I don't know if I loved it as much as I was expecting, but that again is kind of a very subjective thing, and I would not be offended at all if anybody loves it. It's actually a game I'm going to keep, and I enjoyed. It's just one that I watch initially, and it's like, wow, that looks amazing, and then playing it, it did start to feel a little same-ish, but overall, solid mechanisms, solid theme, and a game I really enjoy. One thing I will say about the components, overall, pretty good. But the set pieces, when you're playing with full player count, don't quite fit on the board, and that's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's a really great game, and let's see here. Do I want to end with a Shakespeare quote? Well, I could say parting is such sweet sorrow, but we'll be back with more board game content and video game content at JB's Total Gaming. So be sure to check it out on YouTube, on Twitch, and Twitter. Yeah. Yep, got them all. Alright, so we'll see you guys again soon. Alright, bye.